Hello, my name is Chito and welcome to the Enlightened Citizen. Once again, we thank you for your time and we value your feedback, and we can assure you that we are working to ensure that we improve the message and the delivery of the message. Thank you. Now, just to re-emphasize and to reaffirm what our message is about. The enlightened citizen is one who has a passion for debate and argument. And the enlightened citizen is one who respects people, even those who have views that are different from his own. The enlightened citizen is one who has woken up from a deep slumber of poverty, disease, political oppression, as well as religious dogma. The enlightened citizen is one who is awake. The enlightened citizen is one who thinks for himself. And therefore, we're encouraging you to join us in this community of the enlightened citizen. What is the message for today? The message for today is, what is the plan for Zambia? The politicians in this country, they control this country. They set policy. What is their vision for this country? I don't know when was the last time you heard a politician speak fluently and he's able to tell you what plan he has for inflation in this country, what plan he has for the devaluation of our local currency, the kwacha, what plan he has for youth unemployment, what plan he has for social mobility, what is the basis upon which Zambians can improve, what is the plan, and also what plan does he have against the political cadre, these hooligans who are busy insulting people and beating people. What plan does the politician have for copper? This country has been digging copper, I think, for more than 100 years. Sometimes when I think about the copper belt, I don't know, I have not done any study. But it feels like one day that land, because they've been digging underground for so many years, the land looks like it's unstable, and one day we will just wake up and find that the whole copper belt has been swallowed because there are so many holes under there. What is the plan? What are they doing? How are they ensuring that the environment in that area is being looked after, even after they've been digging for so long? And also, what is the benefit? We've been digging this copper for so many years. What has it done for us? What is it going to do for us in the future? What is the plan of the politician in terms of medical? Are we all as Zambians entitled to medical care? What kind of medical care? What is the plan for infrastructure development? You find that the politicians are busy saying that they can borrow money, whichever way they want, because they want to develop roads. And I look at these people, and most of them are adults, they're not children. And they say things like that. And they're so proud. And they're talking to us, the Zambian, and they have no shame. And I wonder, I say, who are these people? Where did they come from? Where did they get this courage to think like that? To say things like that? It's like a parent, for some reason, you have the capacity to borrow for your children. Not that they borrow themselves, but you have the capacity maybe to go to a bank or to a loan shark, and you're borrowing money. And your children, when they grow up, are the ones who are going to pay back that loan, whatever money you're borrowing. And then you use that money to support a lavish lifestyle. Maybe you give them a few, crumbs here and there. And when they ask you, but why are you borrowing? You tell them, no, it's none of your business, I can borrow. And anyway, I am taking you to school. And I pay rent here and I buy the food. Or whatever it is that you think you're doing. Now, what kind of parent would have to borrow take his children to school, to feed his children, and to, take his kids to the hospital. What kind of parent is that? And he's proud. Can you imagine a parent like that? All the time he's borrowing. And he's not the one who is even going to pay back that money. But he spends it so lavishly. Now, that is where we found ourselves as a country. What is the plan? How are we going to develop this country with the resources that we have, the water that we have, the land that we have, the minerals that we have? How are we going to use those resources to develop this country? I think the debt levels are so unsustainable. The politicians are actually so proud that they are borrowing. And even they know we've built roads and we're doing this. Who says that you can only build a road by borrowing? Where did this mindset come from? What happened? At what point did we as a people become that kind of people who are proud to borrow to build a road, are proud to borrow to build toll gates? What is so difficult about building a road? What is so difficult about building a toll gate? Why should we be borrowing for all these things? So are we saying that as Zambians, as people, we have no capacity to do anything? We cannot build anything and we'll be borrowing? Now, that borrowing, who is going to pay back? How are they going to pay back? So if we have no capacity now to build those roads, to build those hospitals, to build those schools, because we are borrowing for all those, so we are borrowing to build all those things. And we're very proud. No, we are borrowing because we are developing. Yes. Now, where is the capacity going to come from then to pay back those loans? Who is going to pay back those loans? The youth, I think I am now speaking to you. This is your country. These loans that these people are borrowing, these loans that these people are using to abuse, you are going to have to pay them. So is it really the situation that in Zambia we can only develop with loans? Isn't there a politician who can tell us a plan of how he can develop this country without borrowing, without suffocating us with debt? What is the plan for provincial development in this country? What is the plan for equitable provincial development? I think Zambia now has got 10 provinces, if I'm not mistaken. What is the plan? Can politicians articulate these issues? Can politicians tell us what they're going to do about these issues? As opposed to competing on who can insult whose mother, and who can... Why have we become a people who are so proud with insults? Why have we become a people who are so proud with having no substance? We don't talk about anything. When you hear people are talking, especially on social media, someone like me, I was not social media savvy. I did not even know how to speak on camera. I have had to force myself. Because whenever you find something on social media, it's not of substance. And everyone is listening to it, and everyone is laughing, and everyone is happy. And yet this is a broke country. So, who are we as a people? Who are we as citizens? What kind of life do we want to live? What kind of life are we leading? Do we have time to actually think about ourselves as a people? What kind of example are we giving to our children? When people who come from outside and they come to this country, when they look at us, what are they able to see? I think as Zambians, we're in a crisis. And we need to be serious. This thing of people wanting, like every Friday they are drinking and they are laughing and they're having parties and posting whatever it is on social media. If you're having a nice meal or if you bought a car, I think that must stop. We need to have values that are going to help us to develop this country. And those values and those ideas and that vision is not going to be given to us by God, by prayer, or by whatever. We need to decide on our own what we want to do. We need to have a plan for what we want to do. And we need to implement. After we implement, we need to monitor and evaluate. That is how development is done. But Zambia, the Zambian right now, with this behavior of wanting to just relax and wanting to be happy and having politicians who feel an entitlement to public funds and who feel an entitlement to borrowing and who feel like this is the best life that they've ever had. This one person has got 30 cars, 20 cars. As long as we continue on the trajectory that we are moving on as a country, we must forget about development. But the message of the enlightened citizen is that it is not business as usual. And especially my message to the politicians who are managing public funds, who are using public funds like those, that is their money. That is why it is not personal money. That's why it is public funds. Public funds have a language for public. You will be made to account one day. You have been given, you have been trusted, and you've been given a responsibility to lead us, but as opposed to leading us, you are abusing us. You are going to account for your behavior. Once again, thank you. My name is Kapamachito. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter, to follow us also on Facebook, YouTube, as well as on Instagram. Thank you for your time.